Okay, picture this. You're cruising down the Interstate 35 corridor in south central Texas. The sun is absolutely beating down, traffic is humming along, and then, boom, your engine just dies. Whether you are hauling 80,000 pounds of commercial freight or you're just commuting home to your family after a long day, a breakdown on this stretch of highway is a seriously high-stakes reality. It's this moment of sudden, intense vulnerability that demands an immediate and calculated response. Welcome to this explainer on surviving the breakdown, the science and safety of heavy towing.
Okay, let's dive into this. What exactly do you do when your mobility just vanishes in an instant and you've got vehicles rushing past you at 70 miles per hour? It's terrifying, right? Well, today we're taking a really fascinating journey to shift that entire narrative. We're going to move from the sheer panic of a roadside emergency to a place of complete empowerment and safety. To really wrap our heads around the scale of this issue, we've got to look at the environment itself. Right here in Schertz in South Central Texas, the daily traffic is this incredibly complex mix. I mean, we're talking massive commercial freight routes sharing the exact same pavement as everyday family commuters in SUVs and minivans. So, when a vehicle fails out here, it doesn't just delay a soccer practice or one single delivery. No, it creates an immediate, severe traffic hazard that can literally disrupt entire commercial supply chains. The response? It absolutely has to be flawless.
Let's move to Section 1, the science of heavy towing, the hidden mechanics of commercial recovery. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive difference in scale that professional dispatchers deal with every single day. On one hand, you have everyday emergencies, right? A punctured tire, a dead battery, maybe a lockout. Those situations generally just require a standard light-duty flatbed. But commercial recovery? That is an entirely different beast. We are talking about blown engines or catastrophic axle failures on fully loaded semi-trucks. Standard towing procedures just do not apply here. You need specialized engineering, incredibly high-capacity winches, and heavily reinforced booms just to budge these giants.
Because with commercial trucks, the sheer weight dictates a totally different, highly technical procedure. For instance, before a disabled semi-truck can even be safely moved by a wrecker, a recovery tech often has to actually get under that massive chassis and physically disconnect the drive shaft. Why? Well, to completely protect the truck's transmission from catastrophic damage during the tow. It's intricate, super physically demanding mechanical work that brings absolute professional control to what is otherwise a wildly unpredictable situation.
And you know, the engineering challenges definitely don't stop at the drive shaft. Recovery operators also have to expertly manage the truck's massive air brake systems. Proper air system management ensures that a disabled commercial vehicle can actually roll freely behind the wrecker without the brakes just locking up mid-tow. Honestly, this level of technical execution takes rigorous training and deep industry experience. For fleet managers and independent operators, this kind of efficiency is vital, because every single hour a truck sits out there on the highway shoulder translates directly to lost revenue and missed delivery windows. Getting this right protects the bottom line.
Which brings us to Section 2, Vehicle Towing Classifications, matching the machinery to the crisis.
Now, what's really interesting about how this is structured is when we map out the specific logistics of vehicle recovery, we see these very distinct tiers. You have light duty for your standard sedans and small SUVs, using flatbeds for tire blowouts or minor collisions. Then we step up a weight class to medium duty for delivery vans and heavy pickups. But when we hit heavy duty, like semi-trucks, RVs, and city buses, that requires a massive 50-ton rotator or a specialized heavy-duty wrecker. And for those really specialized recoveries, like pulling heavy construction equipment out of a ditch or clearing a multi-vehicle highway accident, you need a rotator wrecker with extensive boom capabilities. It's literally matching the exact tool to the crisis.
Now, if you're an everyday driver looking at all this heavy industrial machinery, you might be a little worried about the safety of your own personal car. But rest assured, when it's performed correctly with the right equipment, towing is not going to harm your vehicle's frame or transmission. Flatbeds, for instance, are highly recommended specifically for all-wheel drive or luxury vehicles just to completely avoid any drivetrain stress while your car is being transported.
But hey, what if you aren't out on the open highway? What if your battery dies while you're stuck deep inside a super tight concrete parking garage? Well, professional operators actually have a solution tailored for that exact scenario too. Light-duty tow trucks equipped with specialized wheel lift systems are explicitly designed to maneuver safely through those really confined garage spaces and retrieve your car without a single scratch.
All right, moving on to Section 3, surviving the Texas climate, the compounding dangers of extreme heat. Having the right machinery is really only half the battle. Just look at the hard science of what this extreme climate actually does to a vehicle.
Intense summer heat violently accelerates the everyday wear and tear on automotive components. High ambient temperatures cause your tire pressure to fluctuate rapidly, which sharply increases the risk of terrifying high-speed blowouts. On top of that, the blistering heat literally physically degrades internal battery components, leading to totally unexpected dead cells. So the environment itself basically turns a highly reliable vehicle into a sudden hazard on the road.
And think about this. When that failure happens under a blazing sun and your vehicle suddenly loses engine power and air conditioning, the interior cabin rapidly transforms into a hazardous environment. This is exceptionally dangerous for vulnerable passengers like young children or the elderly. Because of this extreme climate threat, professional dispatchers are trained to prioritize calls based on immediate human risk. They'll ask critical questions to ensure family safety always comes first and that people get out of the intense elements immediately.
Let's look at Section 4, Roadside Safety Action Plan, taking control of the situation.
So the crucial point is this quote right here. Panic is the enemy of safety during a roadside emergency. Knowing exactly how to react in those chaotic first few seconds when your engine cuts out or your tire blows is what drastically reduces your risk of a secondary accident. You have to take a deep breath and take command of the situation.
So here are your exact roadside survival instructions. Step 1, expertly guide your vehicle as far off the active roadway as possible. You want to aim for a wide shoulder, an exit ramp, or a parking lot. Step 2, immediately activate those hazard lights to alert approaching traffic. Step 3, and listen, this is absolutely vital. Stay securely fastened inside your vehicle with your seatbelt on. Whatever you do, do not get out on the traffic-facing side. Pedestrians standing on interstate shoulders face an incredibly high risk of being struck by distracted drivers. Finally, Step 4, just calmly gather your precise location details while you wait securely inside.
Let's see how this builds your action plan. Once you're secure, it's time to communicate with emergency dispatch. When you make that call for recovery, feed them this exact checklist. Give them your precise location. Use mile markers, exit signs, cross streets, or prominent landmarks. Tell them your vehicle's year, make, and model. Explain the specific nature of the breakdown, and most importantly, confirm that you are in a safe location away from moving traffic. Providing this precise data minimizes the time you spend sitting in a dangerous environment because the tow truck can pinpoint and reach you so much faster.
You know, whether you're a commercial hauler trying to reduce expensive downtime or a parent needing peace of mind while stranded on a dark road, the core anxiety is absolutely identical. You're stranded, your plans are abruptly halted, and you need a highly competent professional to take control. Transparent communication, highly trained background-checked operators, and 24/7 emergency readiness are exactly what bridge that crucial gap between complex commercial fleet logistics and everyday family safety.
So, what's the ultimate takeaway from this explainer today? It's simple. Preparedness transforms a roadside emergency into a manageable inconvenience. By understanding the science behind the heavy machinery, the stark realities of the extreme Texas climate, and the exact safety steps to take when things go wrong, you are no longer just a helpless victim of a breakdown. You are fully equipped and completely empowered to handle it effectively.
Which leaves us with one final, very important question to consider today. Do you already have a trusted 24/7 heavy-duty recovery number saved in your phone before your next drive down I-35? Seriously, don't wait until you're stranded on a narrow shoulder under the blazing sun to start frantically searching for help. Take action today, save a trusted contact right now, and drive safe out there.